guys, it's Lisa here from Arcane and Stellar. Welcome to my channel, and I'm glad that you're here today. So, in this pick a card reading, we're going to be looking at who will ask you out next, or who's going to approach you romantically next, however you want to phrase that. But who's coming toward you essentially, and who's going to be actually making a move on you. Okay, so we're implying action here. So we have 4 different groups. We have group number 1 with Howlite, group number 2 here with Lepidolite, group number 3 with Rainbow Moonstone, and group number 4 with Rose Quartz. Definitely choose with your intuition, however that works for you, and the timestamps will be down below. So I do want to say thank you guys so much for all your patience, and I know I've been a little bit slow with the uploads. I've been a little bit busy in life, as I mentioned in the previous video as well. So still kind of going through that, but thank you guys for being so patient, so loving, so kind, and I will see you all in your reading. Hey friends, so let's get started. So group number 1 here, who chose the Howlite stone, this is your reading. I apologize for my trashy nails. I need to get them done again. I just have not had time to get to the salon at all to get it done. So yeah, sorry about that. So we have All in a Golden Afternoon, Imagination. So who is coming toward you in love? Who's going to be asking you out next? Interesting energy. Well, I do want to say that whoever is going to be asking you out is quite compatible with you. There might be an age gap, okay? So this person could be a little bit older or younger than you, depending. We have, let's see. So first of all, we have a very imaginative person, because All in a Golden Afternoon talks about inspiration, a creative spark, imagination, and conception, as well as you got the imagination card. I thought that was pretty funny that they came out 2 different decks and we have imagination showing up twice. So this is clearly stating that the person that's going to be asking you out next has quite an imagination. Swords. Air signs are very imaginative. I feel like this person probably will have very strong air placements, and air signs are just, they're very clever, very interesting, very fast, quick minds. A lot of rappers actually are air signs. A lot of ones who write lyrics, a lot of great songwriters are air signs. Even not just Gemini, but also Libra and Aquarius also. One of my favorite love songs of all time, The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face, was written by a man that had a lot of air in his chart, a lot of Aquarius in fact. And yeah, of course my Aries likes Aquarius, so there we go. But yeah, it feels like somebody with some strong air-like qualities. I feel like this person might even like to write or invent in some way. They might be, I feel like for some of you this person is actually a writer of some kind, or they have like a way with words. I feel like this is a person who likes to read, who likes to, oh how funny, I said likes to read, and then I looked over at the 9 of Pentacles, and look at that. She's reading a book. So yeah, I feel like this is a person who likes to read. They're probably get very engrossed in books, and I would say like generally likes entertainment and anything that kind of stimulates their imagination at all. I mean, of course they could be artistic, but I do get strong like literary vibes here. So yeah, I do feel like this person with the 9 of Pentacles will be like kind of financially secure and very like much secure in their self. They have a healthy confidence level. They are you know, well taken care of. As an example, they take care of their health, they take care of themselves in general. So 9 of Pentacles is definitely telling us that. And then we have, of course, the idea that, yeah, they're financially stable. And one second, let me just see. I had a thought and then I lost it. Darn it. Sometimes my thoughts come so fast, and then it's just like they float away from me too quickly. But yeah, I feel like you guys will be quite compatible, because we have those 2 swords, Page and Queen. But like I said, there might be an age gap here. We have somebody, and this is what I like too. This is a very secure person, because we have you deserve love, you are lovable. So this is definitely a person who's wanting to kind of shower you in, you know, romance and probably compliments. I think this is going to be a person who gives a lot of compliments and communicates a lot. Air signs generally, like I said, strong air in the chart, and I want to say that they usually are pretty straightforward and communicative. And then we have sexual compatibility. So definitely it feels like there's going to be a strong level of that compatibility. And I think that confirms as well that not only is there a mental compatibility here between the two of you, but there's also going to be that sexual component as well. So I feel like this is probably a person who really likes to express themselves in an imaginative way too. So when it comes to like sexual compatibility, they might express their desires to you verbally or written, as an example, I have to say. But I do feel like this is somebody who has great ideas. I feel like this is a person who's constantly got light bulbs going off in their head. They're always going to be like, oh my god, I have this great idea. And they're going to let you know about these. And I think that it's going to bounce off well between the two of you, actually. So there's that. But I would say someone that's very sharp-minded and a very clever individual. Let's see, anything else here? I might pull some extra cards here and see, because I feel like I went over the main points so quickly. Let's see, let's get some more info. Sorry, I'm moving my chair. Okay, so what would be this person's best quality? What would be their best quality? Four of Swords. So we have someone who's probably patient, the type to kind of stay calm like a cucumber is what comes to my mind, and there is a cucumber in this picture. Calm as a cucumber. Four of Swords. Yeah, I think this is somebody who knows when to kind of take a break, take a rest, take care of themselves. They're not too fussy or obsessive. I think they do like to kind of daydream, and like I said, I do feel like with that sun rays behind her head, like there's definitely this idea that this person has good ideas. Again, I think that illustrates also that there's that light bulb moment with this person. They always are having these light bulb moments. They're sharp-minded too, like I said. What would be one of their worst qualities? What's their worst quality? Be their worst quality. Ace of Cups and the Empress. Oh, they could be a little bit flirtatious, possibly. They might spend money emotionally as well. There could be that factor, of course. They might be an emotional spender. They might also like to kind of indulge a lot. That could be too. They could like to indulge in drinking or something like that, or other such things that kind of bring them emotional pleasure. Yeah, so we have that kind of... The Empress can be a little bit on the lazy side too, so maybe at certain times, maybe there's a laziness to this person, but it's kind of like laid back, but then it can border on laziness. That's true too with that imaginative kind of stuff, because it reminds me a lot of Pisces energy too, and Pisces can be one of the laziest signs. No offense to any Pisces. I said that like... And I'm like... Wow, probably I'm gonna get probably make someone upset with that comment. I didn't mean it in a bad way. But that is one of the things that Neptune and Pisces can bring in the chart, is that we tend to be more lazier. Okay. But also imaginative. There are a lot of good factors to Pisces too. But yeah, I do feel like maybe this person does like to rest. And again, maybe there is an indulgent factor to them. So how will they approach group number one? How will this person approach them? The Tower. So they might shock you. They might come out of the blue with something and say, hey, I like you, let's go out. Maybe you'll meet them unexpectedly. There's something unexpected. How they come at you is unexpected. Ooh, and very nice there with the sun. So very friendly and unexpected friendliness. There is something that's going to be shocking about how this person comes towards you. So maybe you're not prepared for it. Maybe you're not expecting it. But I feel like this is a person who's like, bam, there we are. And they're just going to come right in at you. Interesting. Let's see. What else could we ask? Any other qualities that this person has that they should know about? The Eight of Wands. and the Page of Wands. So, quick and adventurous. At times, again, there's this sense of like, I feel like this is a person who starts a lot of projects and a lot of ideas. They are always having new ideas, new projects, new things they want to do. And I feel like they go after them quite quickly and exuberantly. And then they might find themselves getting distracted sometimes, though, with the other projects. I do feel like this person's probably a quick walker, a quick talker. Definitely, with all the fire energy and the air energy, this is probably someone who's quite expressive as well in how they behave. I do feel like this person, yeah, like I said, they probably get like a little bit daydreamy. Again, you might find that you're talking to them and they just switch the subject like that. I also, I feel like this person also, yeah, where they'll guide the subject. It's like they'll just switch around the subject that you're talking about. Their kind of mind moves like 500 miles a minute, you know what I mean? That type of thing, really quick mind. And again, maybe a short attention span. Maybe this is a person who's easily kind of distracted. So they might go, huh, a lot, or what? What'd you say? You know, that kind of thing. So I do feel like this is a little bit of this is a person with a wandering mind. But there's still something energetic about them. I think that at times they could get lazy, but it might be because they're just kind of like, maybe they like to get in that daydreaming mode and they go and they switch between that, you know, being a daydreamer and then being really active. Which sounds like some of my poorer qualities. But yeah, that's the kind of vibe I'm getting. This person also might like to travel and see new places. They might also make a lot of plans to go places, but don't always get it done, is another thing I'm getting. But yeah, that's the person I see coming toward you. Let's see here. Let me pick up these. I dropped some cards. Hold on. Let me just pick them up. There we go. Let me try to see if there's a time frame on this person. If I can pick anything up. Is there any kind of time frame of this person coming towards them? That'd be the time frame. Interesting with the Queen of Swords and the King of Pentacles. That's not really a timing card, is it? Makes me think for some of you, you're already speaking to this person. It's going to be unexpected. Again, the Tower comes out. Both times we talked about timing and we asked about this, we get the Tower. So this is telling me that this person is going to come in out of the blue. I feel like some of you might already know this person or be aware of them, or they're in your periphery. Like you already kind of know about this person because we have those 2 court cards there coming out with the timing. So it might also happen as soon as you meet this person. Like, so say you don't know anybody that meets this description, you're like, no way, Lisa, I don't know who this is. Then you're going to meet them like out of the blue and they're going to ask you out probably right away. like in fact, you may just like, you know, come across them outside somewhere and they're like, hey, let's go out. Or let's keep in touch, or, you know, talk more or something like that. Yeah, I don't feel hesitation on this person's part when it comes to you. I think they're going to jump at you fairly quickly. So that is what I'm seeing for those of you that chose group number 1. Very sexual compatible, mentally compatible. It looks like everything's really good with this person. They definitely want to shower you with affection and interest. I think this is going to be a very talkative person, somebody who wants to really get to know you. And again, I do feel like this is somebody with a great imagination. And always going to be someone to look to for some good advice or a good idea. I feel like this is a pretty cool person. So yay! I'm glad that this was a good reading. So anyway, I will go ahead and go now. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you all for your support. Like, subscribe, comment if you want. It always helps me out. And I'm wishing you all the very, very best. Lots of love and hugs to you. And I'll see you on the next reading. So group number 2, hello, hello, hello. So you've chosen this, you know what, I think I said it was lepidolite, but I'm pretty sure that's not lepidolite. I don't know what this is. Oh shoot, my lepidolite's over here. That's lepidolite. I don't know what the heck this is. If anyone knows, please tell me. Wow. I can't believe I forgot what that is. Oh well, let's go ahead and get started on your reading. So we have growing up, wanting to grow and experience rejection of perpetual youth. So we have a grown up coming towards you. We have denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. So I definitely am getting the vibe right away that this person, they're maturing. I do wonder if some of you might have previously known this person, actually. But it might not be for everyone. We'll see. We have very soon. So whatever is going to happen soon. So this person's coming towards you very quickly. Okay. We also have closed, unable to give, as well as the Seven of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Knight of Wands. I have a good stinking feeling that a lot of you have dealt with this person already. You're aware of them. I really feel like that's going to be for the majority of you. So I don't feel like this is somebody new coming in necessarily. It might be, but I think they've had their eye on you. Okay? So the Seven of Pentacles can imply somebody who's very patient, who is kind of putting in a lot of effort. There can be a side of caution when it comes to this person. And I almost feel like this is a person who's been denying their feelings or not giving you what you needed. I feel like for some of you, this is like somebody who missed an opportunity with you or didn't make a move on time or in the right way. I feel like this is somebody who hasn't always taken advantage of things in their lifetime. They might have let certain things slip by. There's a sense also of this person wanting to get out of denial, wanting to grow up in some way. I wonder, for some of you, this might be a personality trait of this person, that they're kind of growing up and that they're kind of changing into a more adult type of behavior, as an example. I feel like these messages might resonate a little bit differently with different people, you know what I mean? Because I feel for some of you, there might have been a denial of the connection. For some of you, there might have been a denial in their life or between the two of you, and it will resonate individually with you guys. But yeah, we get this a very lucky person, a very fortunate person. I do want to say with the Wheel of Fortune, this is probably someone with some lucky vibes, somebody who kind of gets up and gets down. They kind of go up and down sometimes too, maybe a little bit. But usually this, is talking about somebody who's quite adventurous, fun, exciting. With the Knight of Wands too, this is somebody that's adventurous, probably likes to travel, likes to see things, likes to go places, very physically active. I want to say that this person's probably faced a lot of ups and downs, and probably this person's dealt with some kind of karma that's also kind of made them grow up in some way as well. So it feels like maybe karma's kind of come around and kicked them in the ass, and they've learned how to kind of grow up. Now, maybe for some of you, if you're really there's no way that I know anybody who meets this description. For some of you, this might be a person who's experienced that before they'll meet you. You know what I mean? They already kind of got over their wild oats and their stupidity and maybe the things that didn't really help them advance in life. I do want to say that this person may not be super financially successful, but I think that they're working towards it. They have goals. They are still trying to go for it. It could be also that this person is trying to build themselves up a little bit as well. Now, with unable to give and Seven of Pentacles, there is the chance. I feel like for some of you, especially for those of you that are this sounds like somebody I know. And it could be that for some of you with that unable to give card, this is a person who's finally ready to give something, or they're ready to kind of make a move, especially because there's that cautionary vibe of that Seven of Pentacles, but then there's that forward vibe of the Knight of Wands. So feels like it's somebody who's kind of making a move now, maybe where previously they didn't. But on the other hand, for some of you, you might find that this person comes in quite passionately, but is a little bit hesitant to kind of go anywhere with this. So I hate to be that person who kind of gives a mixed message, but these are general readings, and I don't want to get anyone super excited about something when it might be the other way around. So kind of take that into account. If you don't feel like you know anybody that meets this kind of meets that, you know, criteria to have maybe been unable to give and kind of missed an opportunity and now wants to come forward, then probably you're going to be in the opposite camp of somebody who might be a little bit hesitant to give at first. Like they come towards you, but maybe like when it goes on to pursuing the connection further, there's still a little bit of growing up to do. Okay, let's look and see for you guys. I do get maybe somebody who likes to be physically active or has some kind of, they might like to do some sort of physical activity, like running or bicycling or something like that. Let's see. So, group, what would be their best quality? What is their best quality? What is this person's best quality? We have the Six of Wands. So the Six of Wands implies that somebody is very successful, victorious. They know how to handle themselves. They know how to present themselves. They probably look good on paper. They probably walk around and people admire them and like them. They probably have a good way about them. One that comes off, like they come off, I would say if this person's in a crowd, they stand out. And I would say that this person knows how to kind of work it with people. I would say that they're pretty like good at you know, people think highly of them, essentially. There's also a sense of pride when it comes to this card too, having pride in what one does. I would also say this person's like, they tend to want to be a winner. That's another thing. I think this person's probably got a competitive streak and they'll want to win. And that's a good thing because, you know, it gives, there's a confidence to them that's healthy. Okay. So we have, let's see, what about a negative quality? Oh, Page of Cups. Well, it might be a little bit emotionally immature at times. So you might find that this person does have a little bit of an immature emotional reaction to certain things. They could be a little bit juvenile in their behavior at times. Maybe their jokes are juvenile or the way that they behave. There also might be a little bit of an emotional immaturity on their part. Doesn't have to be a bad thing, though, necessarily with the Page of Cups. I wouldn't say that they're cruel or heartless or anything like that. I think it's just probably they can just come off a little bit immature at times and you're like, oh, really? But that's about it. Let's see. So how will this person come toward them? How will they approach group number 2? So we have the Sun. And the Queen of Pentacles. Actually, group number 1 got the Sun too, and I think in the same position with the approach. So the Sun, as an approach, obviously would be one that's very friendly, open-hearted, kind, generous. Like some sort of, they're going to be quite nice when they come toward you. The Queen of Pentacles, they might want to impress you financially or ask you out or something like that. They might be trying to kind of appeal to you in a monetary way. So probably they'll ask you out to go do something or offer you a gift or compliment you on your looks as an example. That's another thing. So kind of an earthy approach. It also makes me think of something quite traditional. So they might be asking you out to dinner or something like that, or kind of approaching you in a traditional sense. So it's not like whistling at you, hey baby, or something, but more like, let's go out. Let me take you out. That sort of thing. So yeah. Let's see. Let's ask one more question here. I want to ask about the time frame. We have very soon, so anything about the time frame of when this person's coming. Oh my goodness. We have the same kind of deal that happened previously. King of Cups and the Empress. Knight of Pentacles. Well, these aren't really timing cards, to be honest. I want to say 2, and I think that got confirmed to me. So I want to say within the next 2 weeks or 2 months. I want to say it's soon. So 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months. Nothing more. Nothing more than that. And I think it got confirmed for me because I already kind of thought 2 weeks before I drew any cards. Well, the Empress is the second card. And Knight of Pentacles, if I think about it, Page, then Knight. So it's like the second court card, essentially. So I think that's a confirmation there for me that it's going to be a 2 days, 2 months, 2 weeks. Sorry, I did that kind of weeks in the at the end when I meant I should have said it in the middle. But yeah, that's essentially what I'm getting. I would say, like, yeah, and this person, like with the Knight of Wands, of course there can be a little bit of that juvenile behavior at times, but I would say they're quite fun to be around and quite happy-go-lucky and very adventurous type of person. I would say this person doesn't tend to stick on negative things too long. They'll kind of get over it quite quickly. So you might find ups and downs with this person. But I do feel like this is a person who's really trying to change their ways. I do feel like this is a person who is focused on kind of growing up and becoming more of an adult in some kind of way in their life. And again, maybe trying not to, hopefully with the denial, not trying to deny certain things about themselves. I think it goes along with that growing up card, though. I really do. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing for those of you that chose group number 2. Thank you so much for listening, and I'm glad that you are here today. I'm glad that you guys gave me a chance to do a reading for you, and I want to thank you just again for being here. Like, subscribe, comment if you want. It always is very nice. I love reading your guys' comments, and thank you so much for all of your support, and I'll see you on the next reading. Bye-bye. Hello, my friends. So if you chose group number 3 here with this rainbow moonstone, this is your reading. So let's see who's coming toward you. I was telling this to some of the other groups, but I apologize for my nails. I know they don't look very good. I haven't had time to go to the salon. Okay, so use your time well. Make every moment count. Okay. Growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. Oh my god, no way. Okay, I know this type of this person. Oh my goodness. Okay, make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Express yourself more clearly. The Ten of Pentacles. And the Hermit 2 times. So we have strong Hermit vibes on this person. Now, Hermit can be a Virgo card, right? So we can have a Virgo, and maybe this person has some strong Virgo in their chart. But this is a person who is extremely introspective. I feel like this is probably a person who is kind of a hermit. They don't talk a whole lot. They might be kind of quiet. With express yourself more clearly, this might be somebody, for some of you, somebody who's had their eye on you but has been kind of quiet. This might be also a person who has kind of carried some feelings for you but has not really expressed them before because they haven't been able to. I do feel like this is a person who wants to make an effort, and I think that goes against their natural way of being. I feel like this is a person who is naturally more inclined to go inward, to be introspective, rather than outwardly kind of like jovial and exuberant. I don't think this is a person who's overly like, I'm not saying that they're confident. They might have a quiet confidence. I would say this person's extremely intelligent. I want to say that this person probably is very much into their hobbies and their interests. I want to say that this is a person who spends a lot of time alone. I think this is probably a person who, there's a good chance this person's never been in a true relationship before, or a long-term one. This might even be for some of you, this might be somebody who's been alone for quite some time as well. So the Hermit can talk about somebody who's a teacher and a guide. And this person might have a guiding influence on you, or have that kind of, they might have a quiet wisdom to them, where you know that they kind of hold a lot of wisdom in some aspect, or they kind of are looked at that way. This also can be a person who really can support you in your darkest hour, and somebody who can be with you through thick and thin. It's kind of that quiet support, okay? And there is a sense of perhaps this person also kind of guiding you through some sort of pathway in life as well. So this might be a person who's kind of meant to be in your life to act as a guide of some kind to help you transition through one phase of your life to another. I would say that they're very, like, they have a lot of wisdom and quite intuitive. And I want to say that this is like a person who's not very conceitful. They're not conceited, and they tend to like look at what's on the inside rather than the outside. So they're not a person to really judge outward appearances. They're not somebody that what they really are the type of person who wants someone that can be their match in some way. And that's what they're looking for. They're not really looking for a beauty queen or somebody who's, got all these, amazing things in life. I think this person's pretty much secure in themselves, and not they're not really looking for somebody to kind of build them up necessarily, because they already have built themselves up quite enough, I want to say. And I would say that, and that's another thing too, this person can hold a secret. This is a person who can hold something tight to them, to their heart. They can keep your secrets. They'll be protective over you. They might even want to have their own kind of private world with you as well. Like, that might be the nature of the connection a little bit, that they'll want to kind of like tuck you away and kind of keep you, not to keep you away from everyone or anything like that, but it's like they like that time away. And they might see that in you, especially if some of you might be like, this sounds like me. And it might be somebody who really matches your energy. This is, you know what I'm saying? Because I know sometimes I get those comments and I'm like, this sounds like me. And that might be because it's just you're getting somebody who matches you. Right? This is definitely somebody who also can give you a different perspective in life. And they're a very considerate person. They're somebody who takes time to make decisions. They're somebody who is able to kind of meditate and figure out what they want. In fact, this person could even be into meditation, by the way. But there's that unfamiliar... I feel like if this person doesn't know somebody very well, they'll never make a move. They have to know somebody very well to make a move. That's why I wonder, for some of you, if this person's already in your life in some way, because the Hermit is not the type to be like, oh yeah, I'm coming to get you type of energy. It's more like quiet energy, so not somebody to kind of make any sudden movements. But I do feel like this is a person who wants to express themselves more clearly and make that effort, maybe that they haven't made recently. Like I said, I think there's a good portion of you who might be aware of this person in your life already, but maybe for some of you they haven't quite come in yet. So take it as it resonates. The Ten of Pentacles tells me that this is a person who values tradition and family. I think this person wants to have a family. They're looking for a long-term partnership. This also could signify somebody who has a stable career under their belt. They kind of have probably everything that they need on earth that makes them comfortable. So they probably have a house, car, whatever, whatever makes them feel good. And I feel like you'll look at them too as they're kind of secure in their life as well. And this is a person, like I said, who wants to expand their consciousness and their awareness. They're introspective. They think a lot. They are... I really think this is probably a really nice person. And that use your time well. It says make every moment count. So this is a person who allocates their time responsibly. They get shit done. You know what I mean? Like, they will study. That's another thing. This person might be quite scholarly. They might like to read or... like digest a lot of information. This is probably a person who likes to watch TED Talks or psychology videos, or they're going to be the type that seeks intelligence in intelligent conversations and intelligent subjects, okay? And I feel like this is a person who's a good time manager as well. Okay, so what would be a really positive quality about this person? Spirit guides. Justice, a fair and balanced person. This is a person who likes things balanced and fair. This is a person who... Look at the mom is spanking the boy with... Oh, I had one of these broken on my ass by my stepmom once. It hurt. Yeah. A wooden spoon. That was not fun. But yeah, no, I feel like this person isn't a punisher like this card says. But it's more of somebody who's, very very diplomatic, very just, very interested in things being equal and fair. So that probably this is a person who also has political ideology that's quite fair. And let's see here. What would be a negative quality to this person? What would be a negative quality? Where there's positive, there's the negative. The Lovers. Okay, clarify this. King of Pentacles. Well, with the Lovers and the King of Pentacles is a negative quality. Well, maybe they're a little bit hesitant and slow when it comes to love. Maybe for some of you, you prefer someone to be more, like, quicker in love. I don't really feel like this person has a whole lot of negative quality. I don't really see that. I feel like this person, maybe they're slow when it comes to moving, but towards love. But, I mean, maybe this person could... I don't think so, though. Yeah, it might be that this person looks to the other person to make an action or take action. Okay, because we have the Queen of Wands and the Pentacles, the King of Pentacles. So it might be that they're kind of looking for someone to run the show or make the moves. And that could be a negative quality, especially if they're kind of indecisive, you know, or kind of quiet. Maybe they... But I feel like this person's coming towards you because that's what we're asking. So this person is going to make a move toward you. So let me ask a little bit about this. So how will they come toward you? How are they going to make their move? How will they come towards? For 3. 3 of Cups. And Judgment. And the 6 of Cups. So, okay, so the 3 of Cups could mean that you'll be in good company when this happens. You might be in an atmosphere. Maybe it's like they come at you in a friendly way. There might be some realization about the past as well for some of you, especially if you know this person. There might be something that they bring up from the past, like a memory of some kind. And they'll be like, remember that one time where we almost did this, or where this almost happened? I really meant this. That's what it feels like to me. I feel like, well, they're going to come at you very friendly. It may even... Obviously, it's going to be in a way that is more than they have in the past. But if you haven't met this person, of course, you might meet them through friendship or through friends or like a group activity, because 3 of Cups can indicate that. And it could be through like an old friend, as an example, introduces them. But if you know this person already, like I said, it might be more of the type of like they come towards you very, very friendly and very like nostalgic. Perhaps maybe there's like them bringing up an old memory or an old situation or something like that, and maybe saying what they really thought. The Judgment implies that there will be some sort of light shed on something from the past, though. So that's very interesting, especially if you guys feel like you know this person. They could bring up something from before, and that might be how they'll kind of come toward you. So, yes, that's what we've got. Now, I'm going to ask one final question. And I want to ask when approximately is this going to happen for group number 3? Approximately when will this happen? Okay, that's weird. I wanted to say 3. And then I saw the the Knight of Pentacles, and I saw these 3 things. Then I saw these 3 things, and then we got the 3 of Wands. Something about 3. So we're talking 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. Not longer. I feel like also with the Wheel of Fortune, this could be at the turn of a season, I'm feeling, as well. Which is coming up somewhat soon. But yeah, 3. We have 3s. That's important here. That's what I would say. Obviously, it's a general reading, so I can't tell you it's going to be Friday the, 22nd of August at like 5 p.m. I obviously, I can't get into any details like that. Even with cards, it's impossible to do that anyway, for the most part. But I would say that this will be quite soon. I wouldn't say more than 3 months away. And it might be even sooner than that. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing. So, yay! I'm excited for you guys. I really think this is a cool person, I want to say. So I think I'm vibing with this person the most out of all of them. So I love it. And thank you for being here. Thank you if you like and subscribe, comment. I really appreciate you guys. And I will see you all in the next reading. Take care. Hey guys, if you chose group number 4 here with this rose quartz, this is your reading. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm sorry, as I was saying to the other groups, I'm sorry for my trashy nails. I haven't gotten to the salon yet recently, like to be able to, I haven't been able to do anything with them, so they're all growing out. And yeah, anyway, let's find out who the person coming towards you next, who's going to be asking you out next. Let's find out about this person. So we have clock time, time pressure in a rush. So probably quite a busy person, an impatient person, somebody who's always on the on something. I feel like this is a person who always has something to do. We have loneliness. I know that I'm never alone. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. It's on the same page. Knight of Swords, King of Cups, and King of Wands. Wow. Okay, so we have a lot of court cards coming through. Those were all court cards that came out to describe someone, so I thought that was quite interesting. So we have somebody who has a good balance in them, is what I would say. The only thing I'm seeing here is a lack of earth, right? But we have the air covered, we have the water covered, we have the fire covered. So this feels like somebody who could have strong placements in these elements. Okay, so we're getting like strong air, strong water, strong fire. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Okay, so those are the signs that are kind of showing up here. But we have definitely somebody with a strong depth of feeling, a very empathic and nurturing and caring person. This is a person who I feel like speaks out for other people. I feel like they are probably quite expressive as well of their emotions and of their kind of desires in general. The Knight of Swords is very action oriented, right? Very much like kind of got the sword and going forward. So it makes me think of somebody who acts on these things. They don't just kind of feel them. They, express them as well. So I feel like this is a person who expresses their feelings quite well. I feel like this is a person, like I said, who is probably quite intelligent. They might be in a rush sometimes. Like I said, there might be a rushing energy to them where they are always kind of busy and going after things. This person could have like a loneliness to them. Perhaps this person's been looking for somebody for a while, or perhaps they haven't been in any relationships recently. There is a sense that this person's lonely in some way. So the other thing that kind of gets to me is I wonder if this person works a lot and maybe they haven't had a lot of time to kind of engage in other connections or something like that. But I want to say that this person, it feels mutual. Like the next person who's coming toward you, it feels like the feelings are mutual between the two of you. Like you like them, they like you. So that's a good thing, because sometimes when we do this reading, I had somebody come to me recently with a personal reading. They were asking about their first, person, who they'll be. And it was like Spirit came in and gave them a warning about somebody and said, don't go with that one, basically, essentially. And that's the case, though. Like, sometimes the next person coming towards you, you're not going to like them, right? This is not one of those cases. I feel like you're going to like this person. We also have the idea that this could be somebody you already are aware of, because it says you've already met the romantic partner you seek. So for a good portion of you, you might already be aware of this person or know them. You might actually like this person already. And I feel like this person's definitely going to be expressing some sort of feelings towards you quite soon. Yeah, so very busy person. Probably doesn't have a whole lot of time for people or things. Like they might be working a lot, doing a lot of things. let's see. I'm going to ask actually about some positive qualities and some negative qualities. So, what would be some positive qualities that this person has? A Knight of Swords. So, truthful, honest, clever, intelligent, somebody who's good with words, somebody who expresses themselves directly. Five of Wands. They get what they want, I feel like. I feel like they can express even the most difficult thing. I feel like this is a person who... So we have positive qualities. This person might be really good at sniffing out bullshit. And there actually is quite an intuitive sense to this person. I feel like this is a person that gets a bad feeling when something's wrong. They will feel like conflicted about it. Like they get like... well, this is a very intuitive person, but like I said, there's like a sense to their intuition being kind of chaotic feeling. So it's like they'll feel like something's off, is what I feel. And they'll say it. And they'll always be right. So like if they make a snap judgment about a person, kind of like, this one's no good. They know it. I think this person's also wonderful at arguing. They are good at debating. And that can be actually a really good thing, right? Because it feels healthy. It feels healthy. It doesn't feel like too negative, especially because we have the King of Cups here. So I wouldn't say that they're like a horrible person or anything like that. Debating can be good. I feel like this is a person who can articulately express themselves, essentially, and their thoughts, their, you know, and their opinions. So what would be a negative quality this person has? Three of Swords. And the Queen of Swords. And the Eight of Swords. Well, Three of Swords, Queen of Swords, Eight of Swords is a negative quality. This might be a person, at times though, who subconsciously doesn't realize that there's a consciously doesn't realize that there's a problem. They might ignore it, and then they kind of burst out at the wrong time, express themselves a little bit too harshly. This person may kind of be a jackass sometimes when it comes to their words. They might be a little bit overly zealous when they express themselves. They might say something that could hurt and kind of cut, you know, and burn. What I feel like though with this person is that maybe sometimes they hold back a little bit, or they don't really understand something's bothering them, and then it builds up so high in them that they just burst it out. That's something I'm getting, like, kind of specifically. So there also could be some fears at times where they kind of like hold themselves back as well from making certain moves in their life as well. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing in regards to this person. Very intelligent. I would say this person is probably the type to express themselves with words, to romance, to say what they're thinking. I feel like this is a person with a healthy stamina and somebody who is very driven towards success. This person could have some business plans or ideas or lofty goals as well. And that might be also too, this person's like always trying to get stuff done because they have a lot of lofty goals to, you know, to get done in their life. So how will this person come towards group number 4? How will they come towards them? Strength. Strength, Seven of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands. Flirtatious, innocent. It doesn't feel like it comes on too strongly exactly. It's almost like a quiet flirtation. The Strength of the Seven of Pentacles might mean that this person's been kind of waiting some time before they make a move. So if you haven't met this person yet, they might take some time to get to know you. But if you already know this person, you're like, I know who this is. This person might be kind of coming at you slow, but they'll kind of burst out and kind of make that move. It does feel like it's quite flirtatious though, and like kind of innocent. It might be that their first suggestion about like maybe getting together or asking you out or making that move is kind of flirtatious and playful and friendly. So it might have you questioning them a little bit, but I think their intentions imply that they want something more, but they might not show it exactly. Maybe you're kind of going to be wondering whether is this like are they just being friendly with me, or are they want something romantic here. But they want something romantic because that's the whole point of the freaking reading. So, do know that. Like, when they come toward you, I would say they come on strong, but at the same time, there's this sort of not hesitation, but maybe a quietness to the way that they come at you. So it's not fully clear to you. So I feel like a lot of you will be kind of like, huh? Are they just like friendly, or they just want to be friends, or what is this? And, they'll actually, mean something more than that. And when will they come towards them? When is this going to happen, approximately? Let's see, we have the Eight of Cups and the Tower, and we have 2 cards that fell, so let me just reach down and grab them. Okay, Page of Swords and Queen of Swords. That's interesting. So we have 2 court cards that fell down. Let me think. Well, of course, the 8 of Cups could imply 8 days, 8 months, 8 weeks. I want to say, though, that it's going to be unexpected no matter what I say, because the Tower's there. So there's something unexpected about the timing. That might mean that no matter what I tell you, it's going to happen unexpectedly, like you won't expect it coming. And so it might be that even if I give you a time frame, that might not even be helpful to you. Because it's just... And sometimes things are meant to happen that way unexpectedly. Because if you expect something... Well, sometimes it's like you put too much energy into it. But the other thing, too, is that if you expect it, then you might try to control it. And particularly if you're a person who tries to control things, sometimes Spirit's not going to give you the answers about the future because they know you'll just try to control it and maybe, in fact, ruin it or change it. So there's that factor there. But I would say that this person... I don't want to say it's 8 months away. I would say more like 8 weeks, 2 months. Is what I would want to say. But there might also be something about initiating a conversation with this person. But I would say quite quick. I don't want to say it's too far off. Yeah, I don't think it's too far off, actually. Especially with that Knight of Swords makes me think that it's going to happen soon. And the clock. So I would say it's going to happen fairly quickly, fairly soon. So yeah, that is who I see coming toward you. I really hope that, in asking you out, by the way, not just coming toward you, but actually asking you out, trying to make a move on you, that sort of thing. So that's what we have. I really want to thank you so much for being here. Thank you all for your loving kindness and support. Thank you for all your likes, subscribes, and comments. I appreciate each and every one of you. Let me know if you picked this pile down below. And I'm sending you guys all lots of love. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next reading.